Hello and welcome to the biggest mistake that keeps most professionals from attracting enough clients and how to fix it. I'm Michelle Peters, the business instructor, and I'm going to be taking you through today's no-cost training, which is specifically designed for professionals who are either professional services firms, independent sole practitioners, or any kind of expert providing service to their own clients. So you're in the right place if you're someone in that category who has responsibility for business development and getting new clients. And you either don't have as many clients as you'd like, or maybe you're finding it harder and more expensive to get as many as you want. I'm going to be showing you the biggest mistake that keeps most professionals from attracting enough clients and exactly how to fix it in this training session. But before we get into that, I just want to take a couple of moments, no more than that, to tell you a little bit about me and why I'm talking about this particular topic today. So for those of you who haven't met me yet, my name is Michelle Peters. I'm the business instructor. What I do is help professionals to get more clients and to increase their profit from existing clients. I show them how to use business development strategies which are specifically tailored to attract clients without being anything salesy or unprofessional, and which educate your ideal clients about why they should instruct you. So you get more of your ideal clients approaching you rather than you having to approach them. And over the last 3 years, I've developed a 5-step client attraction system, which I've not only used in my own business to attract more clients, but I've also taught to many other professionals to show them how to get more clients to approach them. Today I'm going to be sharing with you some strategies from that 5-step system. My own background is that I trained as a solicitor in a Magic Circle firm in the City of London, and I stayed there for another 7 years in the intellectual property department, where I did copyright, trademark, designs, and a bit of patent law. And I also advised on advertising and marketing law. My clients were big international brands, and I had lots of interesting work, and I really enjoyed it. But like most solicitors I know, I didn't get any training in how to get clients. Basically, we waited for them to show up, and then we did the work. It's ironic, really, how many hours we spend on our professional training becoming experts at the area of law we specialize in, and yet the skills in how to get and keep clients get pretty much ignored. It's as if we're supposed to be born with them or something. So after 9 years, I decided I wanted a more business-focused role so that I could be closer to running a business rather than just advising others on how to do it. So in 2005, I moved in-house to a business which was just starting to franchise. And I soon became the director of franchising with overall responsibility for recruiting and training franchisees and for creating the advertising and marketing materials for them to use in their own business. That's where I got my first taste of growing the business and helping others to do the same. When we sold that business in 2010, I decided I wanted to combine my experience of being in professional services as a solicitor with my experience of helping other businesses to grow, specifically around getting clients and improving profits. That's when I started the business I'm running now, the business instructor. But actually, the irony is that when I started out, I actually found it difficult to get clients. I found that the sales and marketing techniques I'd been taught in my training to be a consultant didn't actually feel right when I was selling me and my services. And as a result, it meant I didn't really have a system that I felt comfortable in applying, and I was getting erratic results with too much time trying to get clients and then not enough time to do the work when I did get them. So I worked very hard and didn't really have much to show for it. What I realized was I wasn't going to change how I felt about traditional sales and marketing techniques. So if I was going to be successful, I needed to forget what the conventional teaching had told me and find a different way to attract clients that was going to fit with my professional approach and my personality. That involved a lot of trial and error and a lot of money studying different methods of getting clients and piecing together the parts I needed that I liked. Eventually, I found what worked and what felt right and put it into a system which now brings me clients on a consistent and regular basis, attracting me to them and therefore attracting them to me. Once I'd created my 5-step client attraction system, suddenly the marketing became comfortable and it felt ethical and I guess like something I could be proud of rather than apologizing for. That's when everything changed for me. That's when I started teaching the same system to solicitors and other professional services firms, because I knew from experience they also struggled with business development because they either didn't have any training in that area or what they'd learned didn't feel right and they didn't want to use it. So because I've been there, I understand why many solicitors are reluctant to do anything they consider might be salesy or give them a bad image. And what I've found is there's something in between what's salesy and what doesn't work because it's so ineffectual that it just doesn't bring you any results. And for today's training, I've chosen to focus on the biggest mistake I see most professionals making that keep their clients away. And my aim is to stop you making those mistakes and show you a different way to market, which not only feels comfortable, but brings you better results. Okay, so here's what you're going to get from today's training. You're going to discover why most marketing doesn't work or isn't as effective as it could be. You're going to learn the one type of marketing you need to use if you want to attract more of your ideal clients more often, and also the one type you don't need. So let's look at the biggest mistake. The biggest mistake is only marketing to those who are looking to buy your services right now. You might be a bit surprised about this. What do I mean? Well, typical marketing goes a bit like this. This is who we are, this is what we do, this is how to contact us. So it lists your name, the areas of law you cover, and your contact details. But this is only of interest to those who are looking for someone like you right now. Someone who already knows they want to hire someone like you, it's just a question of finding you. And even though this type of marketing doesn't work in those circumstances, it doesn't help you to stand out from your competitors or help your clients to choose between you and your competitors. So it's often not very effective even for that market. So if you're marketing only to those who are actively looking for you, this is a problem because it means you're not marketing to those who aren't actively looking for you right now. So the ones who aren't searching on Google for the name of your profession, followed by their area. Because it's not only the people who are actively looking for you who actually need your services. So if people need your services, why aren't they actively looking for you? Well, there could be a few reasons for this. It might be that they don't realize why they should take action now rather than later to get your help and get your solution. So they don't know the consequences or the advantages. Or maybe they don't understand that the problem they have is important enough to need your help. Or they don't know that someone like you can help them prevent a problem or achieve a goal that they've got. So if you can market in a way which attracts some of your ideal clients in these other categories, the ones who aren't actively looking for you, then your marketing can be much more effective. Now I'm going to go into this in more detail because it's really important, being one of the biggest mistakes that I see most professionals making, and it's the reason why they don't get the results they want from their marketing and business development. So let's just look at what percentage of your ideal clients might actively be looking for you right now, searching on the internet or asking their friends for a recommendation, and then what percentage are not actively looking. Well, on average, across all different types of industries, only 3% of your ideal clients are actively looking for you. That's just 3% of the people you could help with your service. And that means 97% of your ideal clients are not actively looking for you. And you might be wondering if that 3% figure is accurate for your business and your clients. And it may be, and it may not be. In a way, it doesn't really matter. The point is, it's going to be a small percentage. If you think of 100 people you know who could benefit from your service, how many of them do you know are actually actively looking for what you provide? Might be 3, it might be 10, but likely it's a small percentage of those who could use your service. So let's look at what the other percentages are. Well, after the 3% who are actively looking for you, there's about 7% who are open to buying from you. Open to buying from you, but don't actually have a motivation to do it right now. They think they'll probably do it soon. The problem is they're not aware of the consequences of waiting or the benefits of doing it sooner rather than later. So they're not motivated enough to look for you. If you had some marketing that told them about those consequences, you might move them from being open to being active. Then the next category is 30% of people who are aware they might need you at some point in the future, but they're definitely not shopping for your services. Again, they need to be educated about why they should be looking, what's in it for them, what are the benefits of getting your service now, not later, what could be some of the consequences of waiting. Those people might need educating about those consequences rather more than the 7% who are open to buying but just haven't really got around to it just yet. Then we've got another 30% of your ideal clients who don't know they need help with what you offer. They're unaware of the problem or that you can help them with their problem. For example, they don't know that if they've married since they last wrote a will, that the will they wrote before they got married has been revoked, and now their spouse may only be entitled to a share of the estate. But they don't know they need you to help them write a new will, if that's what you do. And finally, there are 30% of your ideal audience who are just not going to buy from you at all. They either don't like you, you're in the wrong area, you charge too much, whatever it is, it doesn't really matter. They're going to be a no, and we can afford to ignore those, because if we can tap into 67% of your ideal clients, rather than just 3, then we don't need to worry about the last 30%. So, now you know why most marketing only targets a very small percentage of your ideal clients. Let's look at what do you do about it. And the answer is to use a different kind of marketing. So basically there are 2 types of marketing. The first type is selling based. It's where you deliver a sales message. You say, here I am, this is what I can do. And the problem with this is that it positions you as a seller. And generally, we all try to avoid being sold to unless we're already looking to buy. And if we're not looking to buy, we could be in the 97% of your ideal clients who this type of marketing just doesn't speak to. And we've already seen that a big percentage of those might instruct you if only they knew why they should instruct you or that you can help them. Now the second type of marketing is education-based marketing. And that's where you educate your prospects about their problems and the solutions that you can provide. That not only helps them understand why they need your services, but also, because you're giving value, you're giving something helpful, it starts a relationship with them, making them more likely to want to instruct you. So this second type of marketing, education-based marketing, attracts more of your ideal clients by helping them understand why they need you and why they need you now. And it also builds relationships with your ideal clients. It's also a type of marketing which, because it helps focus on your client's needs and not your credentials, helps you stand out from the clutter and from the crowd. And it's a type of marketing that doesn't involve throwing caution to the wind or doing anything which is unprofessional. After all, educating your clients about how you can help them or the consequences of the situation they are already in is already a core part of what you do as a professional expert. So with that in mind, let's look at an example of some education-based marketing. On the slide, I'm showing you a picture of a website of an accountant who has got on his website information about the 10 things your accountant hasn't told you about your business. And he invites you to download a report on this so that you can find out the things your accountant might not be telling you. And of course, subliminally, he's telling you the things he would tell you if you hired him. So this is a good example of education-based marketing. He's not saying, hire me, he's saying, learn these useful things, and by implication, discover why I'd be better than your accountant. Let's look at what the benefits of education-based marketing are. I want to sum them up for you. Firstly, when you provide this education, you're giving value, and so you build trust with your prospective clients, making them more likely to want to work with you because you're actually starting a relationship with them. And developing a relationship is becoming more and more important before clients will trust you and want to work with you. Education-based marketing also, of course, educates about the solutions you provide, but also can educate about the problems your ideal clients have or the consequences of those problems, either of which they may not be aware of, but which they do need to understand before they're going to be motivated enough to hire you. Also, if you have a unique solution, it's a great opportunity to educate them about that and help yourself stand out from the crowd. This kind of marketing also positions you as an expert rather than a seller, which is a much better place to be starting from. And of course, the idea is that it will position you as the person they should instruct to help with the particular problem or solution they're looking for. And the real benefit of education-based marketing, as we've already seen, is that whilst most business owners are only marketing to 3% of their target market, using education-based marketing, you can reach up to 70%. Now let's just look briefly at some of the key elements required for successful education-based marketing. There are actually 6, but let me give you the top 3. The first one is giving the right amount of value. This is where a lot of people go wrong. They give a lot of value, too much value, and value of the wrong kind. They give all the steps that they think their clients should be taking. And their clients think that's all they should be doing too. So they take the education-based marketing and they don't need to instruct you. They think they don't need to instruct you. So giving too much value is a mistake. Second element to be included for successful education-based marketing is that you need to start an ongoing relationship. Education-based marketing will start a relationship, but unless the person reads your marketing and is immediately convinced to hire you, that's still not going to get you a client. You're going to need to start an ongoing relationship where you stay in touch with that client, that prospective client, until they're ready to hire you. And the third important element is that the education-based marketing needs to position the purchase. And that really means setting the buying criteria. You can think of this as educating your prospective client about why they should choose you, what criteria they should use to select the person that's going to help them. Because if you can tell them what criteria to use, and those criteria favor you, that will help them to decide to instruct you. And most education-based marketing lacks these second and third elements. It doesn't start an ongoing relationship, and it doesn't position the purchase. And what it does is give too much of the first element, which is the amount of value, meaning that it can actually repel clients rather than attract them. So what I recommend is to use what I call a client magnet strategy. And that's where you take education-based marketing, which includes the critical elements to make it work successfully, and you put them into what I call a client magnet. Client magnet is something literally that you use to attract your clients. And an ideal client magnet is some kind of report or guide which contains your education-based marketing. It explains how you can help and why someone should choose you. But because it's a separate report, either in PDF or a hard copy report or in the form of a CD or a DVD, any of those things, because it's something physical, it's something that people need to request from you. And that means giving you an email address or a postal address or something to enable you to send it. And that's the key to starting the ongoing relationship, getting their contact details so you can send the client magnet to them and follow up with them. So let me give you some examples of good client magnet topics which can educate your clients and position you. First one is advice on a problem or a risk they know they have. So you write a guide on a problem they know they have and how to solve it. The second one is how to avoid a problem they don't know they have. So here you're educating them that they have a problem. Now they're going to have some sort of symptoms or issues that they're aware of, and what you're doing is educating them about the underlying problem. For example, they might be tired all the time. The underlying problem might be that they're actually not sleeping, but they don't realize they're not sleeping. They're not aware that they're not sleeping properly. So you may need to help them avoid the problem of not sleeping. The third type of report is why you need a, and then insert your profession: architect, lawyer, accountant, coach, consultant. If you educate people about why they need someone like you, then you will help to position yourself as the person they should instruct. And the fourth kind of topic is how to choose someone like you: an accountant, an architect, a surveyor, a coach. You can educate them about how to choose the right person. They might know they need someone, but they've got no idea how to compare or choose the right one. So in order to decide what category you should choose, you need to think about, what is it that my clients are thinking? What is it that they think they need help with? Because no matter what you think or know that they need help with, your topic needs to be focused on what they think they need help with, because otherwise they're not going to read it. People who don't know they've got a sleep problem aren't going to read a guide about improving your sleep. However, if they're not feeling energetic or they're feeling tired all the time, they will read a report about how to deal with their tiredness, how to fix it. And in that, you might then educate them about the fact that it's actually likely that they're not sleeping well, and that's the next problem they need to solve. So think about what is top of mind for them. Use that to guide your choice of topic. And of course, when you're thinking about your topic, don't forget you need to position the purchase. You need to get them to realize why they should hire you. Okay, so having had all that in mind, you may have a number of questions. You may be thinking, well, okay, education-based marketing sounds like a good idea for me, but which of my clients is it going to work best for? Or what's the most effective kind of client magnet for my area of expertise? Or maybe you're wondering, how much value should I give? I need to make sure I give enough, but not too much. but how much is enough? How much is too much? Maybe you're wondering, what would I call my report, my client magnet, to make people want to read it? Or what's the best way to position the purchase and make people realize they should instruct me without me feeling like I'm trying to sell my services? Or maybe you're wondering, once people have read my report, what next? What kind of next step invitation should I make? Well, let me make a next step invitation for you. If, having listened to this training, you think that education-based marketing is something that you should be considering, then I'd like to invite you to have a 30-minute Get More Clients strategy session with me. This is at no cost to you. All you need to do is to request the session, and I'll ask you to fill out a short questionnaire to check it's suitable for you. If it is, we go ahead with the session at no charge. And in that session, we'll look at who are your ideal clients and what do they need to understand before they will instruct you. We'll also look at what's getting in the way of them saying yes to working with you. And I'll show you my complete 5-step client attraction system, so you can attract more clients more easily and more often. So if you'd like to find out how you can get more clients using some of the strategies I've talked to you about today, including education-based marketing, and if you'd like to find out more about my 5-step client attraction system that you could implement into your business in the next 90 days, then email me to request one of these no-charge 30-minute sessions, which we can do by phone or Skype video call. So you can do it from wherever you are. So to book, just email me, michelle@thebusinessinstructor.com. That's michelle@thebusinessinstructor.com. And put Get More Clients strategy session in the headline, the subject line of the email, and that way I'll know to send you the brief questionnaire to check this session is right for you. If it is, we'll fix up a time. We'll do the session, and you'll come away knowing who your ideal clients are and what they need to know before they're going to approach you. You'll know what your challenges are, which are slowing you down or stopping you from attracting as many clients as you'd like, and you'll know what the 5 steps you could be taking to overcome those challenges and get more of your ideal clients to approach you more often. So that brings us to the end of today's training. Before we go, I just want to tell you or share with you my favorite saying, which is that you need to act because action changes things. This is so true in business. You've got to actually take what you learn and actually put it into practice. Maybe you've learned something new today, but it's only useful to you if you implement it. And maybe you already knew some of the things I showed you today. The question for you still is, are you doing it? And if not, what steps are you going to take to make sure you do it? And I encourage you to apply for one of the no-charge Get More Clients strategy sessions with me, so I can help you plot your course forwards to make sure you take action from here to get the results you want. So I hope you found today's training to be valuable. I hope it's given you food for thought. And I hope most of all that if you liked what you heard, you will take action to implement it into your business, whether that's with my help or not. Just once again, to contact me to book the session, email michelle@thebusinessinstructor.com. I'll look forward to hearing from you. I'll look forward to helping you get more clients. And I look forward to being back again for another training session. Goodbye for now.